Hi, I am going to teach you how to make peanut butter fudge. A list of things you're going to need. You're going to need evaporated milk, marshmallow fluff, peanut butter, regular sugar, brown sugar, vanilla, and butter. You're also going to need a knife, a can opener, access to a stove, a pot, a 13 by 9 pan. I'm using a disposable one, but you don't have to. And you're also going to need a 1 cup measuring cup and a 1 teaspoon measuring cup. Okay. Next, you're going to measure out 4 cups of regular sugar. I find that it's easier to just pour the sugar into the cup as opposed to trying to fit the cup in the bag of sugar. So you're going to measure out 4 cups of regular sugar, and your pot is going to look like this. So it's going to be pretty full with sugar. If you're going to measure 1 cup of brown sugar, I find it helpful to pack it down. That way there's not a bunch of empty space, so it'll look like this, and then you just dump it right in. Next, you're gonna add half a cup of butter, which for me happens to be 1 stick, so pretty easy to measure. And the last step before you're gonna wanna turn the heat on is you're gonna add 12 ounces of evaporated milk. That is usually the standard size for a can, so you don't have to measure it out. Next, you're gonna turn the heat on medium, and you're gonna stir until it starts boiling, and once it starts boiling, you're gonna set a timer for 7 minutes and keep stirring. Just some things that I find helpful. I like to break up the stick of butter while I'm stirring so it's easier for it to start melting. I also like to write my recipes down. I put mine on a book so I can stand it up and be able to see it easily. Something worth noting is this recipe is from allrecipes.com. My mom's been making it for years, so I grew up loving it, and it's actually a very easy recipe. While you're waiting during the 7 minutes, or even while you're waiting for your mixture to start boiling, it would be a great time for you to grease your pan. So this is what my pan looks like, but if you have a ceramic pan, it's gonna work the same too. I just take a stick of butter and I rub it all over the pan like this. This is what the pan will look like after greasing it. You don't really have to worry about covering the whole pan. The whole purpose of this is just so the peanut butter fudge won't stick. So as long as you've got some nice coverage, you're gonna be fine. This is what your mixture should look like once it starts boiling. So I started my timer, and you should also start yours once it starts looking like this. This is the most important part of making peanut butter fudge. Some tips that I got from chopnotch.com, which sound really simple but are really important, is to be careful when you're measuring, and especially be careful when you're keeping track of time. If you mess up the 7-minute timer, chances are your peanut butter fudge might be a little bit off, so keeping track of time right now is going to be the most important step. My 7-minute timer just ended, so the next step is I'm going to take the mixture off of the heat and I'm going to turn the stove off. Next, you're going to add 7 ounces of peanut butter fluff. That happens to be how much is in this jar, so I'm just going to add the whole jar into the mixture and stir. This is what the mixture will look like before stirring, and this is what it'll look like after stirring. Next, you're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and finally, you're going to add 16 ounces of peanut butter, and then stir. This is what it'll look like before stirring. This is what it should look like after you're done stirring, and then finally, you're just going to add this to the pan. So you're going to add this to the pan, like so. You might have to get a spoon to scrape the sides, so that's what I'm going to do right now. This is what it should look like once you're done pouring. Once this is cooled down, you can cut it and enjoy. I can usually tell that it's cool when the top of the peanut butter fudge starts cracking, or once you try to put your finger on it, it feels hard. So I hope you found this video helpful. I certainly find it enjoyable to make, and everybody around me certainly finds it very enjoyable to eat. So I hope you feel the same. Thank you.